Pound for Pound Sports Entertainment. Hit that like button, comment below, share, do all that. It's your host, F. Merritt, man. I greatly appreciate y'all. Hit that like button. Hit the like button. That's the only thing I really ask. I ask two things of you guys. Hit the like button, show your boys some love. I show everybody else some love. Hit the subscribe button for all things sports entertainment related. You know what I'm saying? Just hit this, just do those two things for you, boy. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not asking you guys to donate. If you want to, cool. I ain't gonna turn it down. You know what I'm saying? Shit. But at the end of the day, we got some things popping off today, man. Let me pull this thing up real quick. Got a lot of things that happened today, yesterday. Let's see. As you can plainly see right here, Canelo, Bivol had the press conference today. It's going down May 7th, Las Vegas, Nevada. T-Mobile is going to be where the fight's going to be taking place. Do I think Bivol's going to win? No. Do I think he has a opportunity to win? Can he win? It's possible. Realistically, for me, skills-wise, Canelo's going to beat him. I think to me, Bivol already is cashed out. This is his big money fight. He's done after this. I don't think you're going to see Bivol again. Or maybe you might see him one more fight, then he's done. But, I mean, he's been on his own. Eddie Hearn has been good to him. He's kept him active. He's been fighting guys, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, he got the fight. He got the Canelo fight. He's got a belt at 175. I believe the WBA, you know what I'm saying, light heavyweight title, 175. So Canelo's going to come and get that. Wait on the winner of Joe Smith Jr. and Arthur Beterbiev. That's a 3-belt unification right there. And then guess what? Canelo only has one more fight and beat the winner of that, and then you're undisputed at 175. You know what I'm saying? Just really think about that. But if Canelo gets past Bivol, cool, you got that belt. You still undisputed at 168. He's, Ellie Setback put out an interview and was talking to Canelo. Canelo thinks David Benavidez, Jamal Charlo, Caleb Plant, you could throw some couple other guys in there. They all need to fight each other, man. Demetrius Andrade, throw them all in there. Like, fight each other. Y'all sitting around here waiting on Canelo. Canelo is doing what he wants to do. He has told you, I'm going to fight who I want to fight. He's told you, I'm doing what I want to do. I'm here for legacy. And being undisputed at 175 is a legacy fight. I mean, it's a legacy. Another, just think about it. Dude, he'd be undisputed at 168 and 175 practically, basically at the same time if he can pull this off. Now, it's been rumors of Canelo taking a 2-fight deal, possibly a 3-fight deal with the zone. First fight, Bivol, as you can plainly see. Second fight is rumored to be Triple G. I don't know how this is going to work. You might get the Beterbiev Joe Smith Jr. winner. I know Bob Arum's already said, hey, I'm not paying Canelo that kind of money. So would it really cost Bob Arum to send Arthur Beterbiev to the zone? Let Eddie Hearn go ahead and take that? You guys get a fee, get a percentage off of that. And there we go. Now I'm happy. My fighter's happy. I don't have to take the risk and paying Canelo $40-50 million like he's that's his minimum. I don't know, man. But realistically, I think Canelo beats Bivol quite easy. At the press conference, they asked about Bivol throwing a lot of punches to the head. Do they think Canelo has can take advantage of the fact that Bivol throws a lot of head punches, leaving himself open to body shots, which is Canelo's forte. You know what I'm saying? That's just what Canelo's going to do. I'm going to walk you down. I'm going to dig to your body. Like I'm a counter puncher. Like when you make a mistake or you take a risk, I'm going to capitalize off of it. I'm going to make you pay. Ask everybody he's been in the ring with. Made him pay. Caleb Plant, made him pay. Was Callum Smith, made him pay. Kovalev, made him pay. Even to the 12th round, Kovalev was winning the whole fight in a rather boring match. But he's winning the fight, working the jab, Then guess what? Got sloppy, fop. Canelo knocked him out in the 12th. Some people say it's fake. Some people say it was real, whatever. Bottom line, Canelo was the victory. I mean, he got the victory. He's a victor. He moved on. Here we are. So that's that with the Canelo Bivol fight. Let me see what else. Just talking about Triple G. Just talking about him. Just dropped a video early today as well. So we got Triple G and Murata, I believe, April 7th. Yeah, April 7th in Japan. That's a big money fight for Triple G, another unification. Triple G has the IBF, title at was it 160? Murata has the WBA title at 160, I believe. Oh, don't forget, Triple G does have the it was an IBO belt. They gave that to him or whatever. They just love Triple G, but so he has two belts. Murata has one. If you want that, if Triple G wants that Canelo fight, he's gonna have to come up to 68, make that happen. I don't even know if Triple G really wants that fight, honestly. It's like I fought the man twice, went 24 rounds with him. First fight, I think Triple G won that first fight. Nonetheless, the judges, they had it a draw. Second fight, I had Canelo winning by like 1 or 2 rounds in a very, very, very close fight. But Triple G to me took too long to wake up early and then started getting into the groove, the middle rounds. It was a great fight. Great couple fights. Do we need a trilogy? I think if we were to have gotten a trilogy, I think couple years, couple years earlier, it would have been a better, like, what I'm saying? Like, it would have been better. Now it's like Triple G, he hasn't been fighting anybody. And the crazy thing is, he hasn't been looking good at the type of guys that he's been fighting. He's fighting guys that he should be getting up out of there. Derevchenko arguably beat him. He definitely beat Triple G up. Okay. Last fight, who was his last fight? I don't know. It was like a IBF mandatory dude that he should have got up out of there a lot sooner. A lot sooner. His trainer was even talking to Triple G in the corner, like, hey, he's ready to go whenever you are. Like, get him up out of here. And he proceeded to fight him an extra 2 rounds. I'm like, dude, you're not looking good. I think I can't think of Triple G's new trainer that he got, but I believe they're working together. I think that this will be their third or fourth fight together. Triple G's trying to add a little bit of more bounce to his step, a little bit more head movement. I don't know. I don't know if that's working. It's not the same Triple G. He's getting a little bit older, a long layoff. This fight with Murata was supposed to take place New Year's Eve in Japan on like some big bash. And I heard they spent like over $100 million and stuff on it. But due to COVID restrictions and delays and stuff, now this is where the fight is. The fight's happening in April 7th in Japan. It is what it is. Triple G got to win this fight if he wants that third Canelo fight. If Murata wins, I don't know. I don't think Canelo would fight Murata. Like, for what? Why would I fight you? You come up, like, what is it? Whatever. Unless you fight Murata in Japan. Like, hey, you make that happen. Hey, whatever. Anyway, but April 7th is the date for Triple G and Murata unification. We'll see what happens with that. Hold on, we'll get to that. Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte. That press conference was yesterday, I believe. It was rough. Tyson Fury did all the talking, obviously, because Dillian Whyte was a no-show. He didn't show up to the press conference. He wants more money. Okay, they had a purse bid. You take it in a purse bid. You take a certain percentage. Each fighter takes a certain percentage. Tyson Fury, I believe, is walking away with like $30-something million. Dillian Whyte's walking away with a cool $8. It's still a career high $8 million. But nonetheless, they still want more money. Dillian Whyte and his team, they want more money. And I believe Dean White, which you see right here, is an interview with Counterpunch Boxing. Salute to him. He was saying, I can't play it, but he was basically saying there's a lot of other things that go into this fight that all the contracts and everything aren't signed, as far as the little things of disputes and stuff, and Dillian Whyte trying to not give Frank Warren and his team clearance to use his image and stuff like that. And I'm just like, dude, we're literally playing too many games right now. You're still getting a career high payday. Now, at the end of the day, it's what Dean White had revealed. They're not getting a pay-per-view upside. So the better the fight goes, the better the fight, more pay-per-views that they sell, the better the views and stuff like that. Dillian Whyte does not get a percentage of that. I don't like that personally. So at the same time, I do understand if my money is guaranteed a cool $8 million, I don't have to promote this fight. You know what I'm saying? What does it profit me to promote the fight? Yeah, you guys get out of here, order pay-per-views for what? So I can make somebody else rich? Nah. I got my money. I'm done. That's not my job. It's y'all's job to promote the fight. I don't need to be there to tell everybody to do all these other things. Now, depending on the wording that they have in the contracts, because certain contracts, they have certain things in the contracts where you have media obligations, press conferences, stuff like that. But I don't know how it was worded. I don't know what they agreed upon. I don't know every little detail of the contracts. But I mean, I would hope the fighter showing up to the press conference would be one of the main things that you have in the contract. Press conference, post press conference, pre press conference, fight week, media week, all that stuff, media obligations, especially to the bigger names, at least the bigger names. You can help, ESPN and Sky Sports and Zone or whatever you want to do, BT Sport, whatever you want to do. Top rank ESPN, all that stuff. That should be in the contract. And obviously showing up to the fight. Now, what I think Frank Warren needs to be worried about and what he needs to do, I think Frank Warren needs to be worried about Dillian Whyte not showing up to this fight. I think Frank Warren needs to call Joe Joyce. Frank Warren needs to call Joe Joyce, which is his own fighter. But Frank Warren needs to call Joe Joyce and tell him, be on standby. Stay in the gym. Stay ready. Train for Tyson Fury, because I don't think Dillian Whyte's showing up to this. Supposedly they already sold out 80,000 tickets. Okay, cool. We'll see what happens with that. Could be fake, could be real, whatever. All I know is they're fighting in Wembley Stadium, and I think it's going to be a sellout. You're going to have like at least probably 100,000 people in there. That's going to be crazy. But, God, if Dillian Whyte pulls out of this fight, there's so many ways to get out of a fight. You got the fake 19 situations. You got the lingering injuries. You know what I'm saying? You could just go that route. You could just, save for, money issues and stuff, and all the contracts weren't signed or whatever. Stuff like that. Not to mention, I do believe Dillian Whyte still has that lawsuit against the WBC. So I don't know how that's going to work out. I don't know if he settled it. I don't know. But all I know is you have a cool career $8 million sitting here waiting on you. If you want your title shot for this WBC belt, which you've been crying about for what? I've been number one for 3,000 days. All that lying crap, whatever. All I'm saying is it's your title shot. You get Tyson Fury. Usyk, he's got some stuff dealing with it, his country and stuff like that. He's out here in the battlefield and stuff. They don't even know if he's going to even come back to boxing. Really don't. And I'm not mad. Do what you got to do, sir. All love and respect to you. You know what I'm saying? Some things is bigger than boxing. So with that being said, AJ's still sitting there like, what do I do? That's why I think Dillian Whyte's going to pull out. I think Eddie Hearn's probably in Dillian Whyte's ear, coaching him, hey, don't do this. Don't go to that promotion. Don't do this. Because you know what it is? Like all these promoters and networks, they all want to do in-house fights. That's it. I get it. I'm going to work with this other promotional company if I have to. Once we've handled all our business, and the only other fight that we have for you, or the biggest fight I have for you, is with so-and-so across the pond or across the street or on another promotion, that's when the big fights happen. And I understand that. Cool. Honestly, what can Eddie Hearn do for Dillian Whyte right now? You fought Derek Chisora twice. You fought a Joseph Parker. You've even fought a Oscar Rivas, which is a top rank fighter. Povetkin. And that's the thing. Look, you got put down against Oscar Rivas. Povetkin knocked you out, literally knocked you out in Eddie Hearn's backyard, which was hilarious to me. You came out through the garage. Everybody was having a good time. You was ready. Put Povetkin down twice, came back. That boy shifted to the right, hit you with one of them Hadoukens, and got him up out of there. Had you staring at the stars in Eddie Hearn's backyard. Boy, if that wasn't the funniest thing, all you heard was "fuck." His body hit the ground and his team just, no. Oh, man. Oh, I was crying laughing. I'm not going to lie to you. I was crying laughing. But I wasn't surprised. Everybody's putting you down. Joseph Parker put you down. Oscar Rivas put you down. I mean, let's go back. Anthony Joshua knocked you out. Oscar Rivas put you down. Joseph Parker put you down. You was losing the Derek Chisora fight till you just came out of nowhere and knocked him out. I felt so bad for Derek Chisora. But nonetheless, with this fight with Tyson Fury, you got a chance. You definitely got a chance. But this new Fury, I don't know, bro. I don't see anybody beating Fury. I think if Wilder couldn't beat him, I don't see anybody but maybe AJ beating him. But it's so crazy. AJ's tied up with Usyk, but Usyk's at war. So what can you do? So that's why I say Frank Warren, get Joe Joyce ready, who is the WBO mandatory. Get Joe Joyce ready. You and Tyson Fury, Joe Joyce and Tyson Fury, you guys can go ahead and fight. This is all if Dillian Whyte decides to pull out the fight or pull something to save the event. You got 100,000 people at Wembley Stadium. I would imagine that's not cheap. You feel what I'm saying? So we're gonna have to save this event. I think Joe Joyce and Tyson Fury is still a big fight. Now, is it 100,000 people worth? No, I don't think so. But hell, who cares? I think they're starving for some good boxing over there. Let's put on a great event. Hell, man, I don't know, man. If Usyk is tied up, who's to say AJ wouldn't take on Fury now? I don't know. Who's to say AJ and Dillian Whyte wouldn't fight? Think about it. If I'm Eddie Hearn, I'm like, I want to do in-house fights. Listen, we'll pump fake, act like you go and fight Tyson Fury, pull you out of that fight as a way of me getting them back for pulling Tyson Fury out of the AJ fight that was supposed to be taking place, in Saudi Arabia or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? For Undisputed. They knew the entire time that that was it. What is his name? That Deontay Wilder was contractually obligated. You know what I'm saying? That Tyson Fury was contractually obligated to give Deontay Wilder that third fight. Bob Arum knew the entire time. Frank Warren knew the entire time, but they still played games with Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn let them play games. So guess what? As a big FU to them, you take Dillian Whyte out of this. You have him pull out. You have them pull out of the thing, out of the event, mess up their money. You know what I'm saying? Hey, eye for an eye, baby. You got me, I got you back. But in return, if Usyk's tied up, you could talk to one of those sanction bodies, have Usyk, give up a belt or something like that. We'll say what? Give up a WBA belt or whatever belt he has. I think he's got like 3. Give up one of those belts and have Dillian Whyte and AJ fight for it. I'm sure as shit. You can keep all that money in house. Dillian Whyte's gonna want to get back. And I tell Dillian Whyte, hey, I'll match you with that $8 million. I'll give you that $8 million and a percentage on the back end, and you get your revenge on AJ, who's coming off of a loss. That's how you fix that problem. But like I said, Frank Warren, man, I'm calling Joe Joyce up and I'm preparing. I'm telling him, hey, get ready, stay ready. Train for Tyson Fury right now because I don't think Dillian Whyte is gonna make it. I think he's gonna pull out this fight. That's just me. Random thought. That's just me. And at the press conference where Errol Spence, Ugas, happened today. It's going down. The fight's going down. Obviously, you see it on the screen. Saturday, April 16th, Cowboy Stadium. They had Jerry Jones in attendance up there talking on the podium and stuff. Cool. It was cool. It's cool. Errol seems to be in great shape. I had a couple friends down there, asking him questions, stuff in the media and everything. Say Errol looks like he could fight right now. He's ready. He got a nutritionalist right now, and he even said that's something that he's been missing before. He was struggling to make weight. It's like past 3 fights. Now he's ready to go. I don't know if he's working with Blu-ray, his strength and conditioning coach, but this new nutritionist, he is a strength and conditioning coach and a nutritionalist. So we'll see what happens, man. We got Errol looking good right now. You know what I'm saying? He's saying all the right stuff. He's staying in shape. He's been sparring and stuff. I got somebody over there, so I know what's going on over there. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing things. But he's sparring. He's beating people up. He's in shape. He's ready. Some people saying this to look like the old Errol. And I seen he's growing the shag back. That's when he was his most dangerous, when he had that shag. I'm telling you. This when he beat up Leonard Bundu, beat the dog shit out of him. Beat up Chris Algieri. He was dangerous. Ugas is gonna come with it. I'm not gonna lie. You can't overlook Ugas, man. He's gonna come with it too. He knows what kind of opportunity he has. He's already been out in the media say, if I beat Errol Spence, I want Terrence Bud Crawford next. And a lot of people don't remember or know that Ugas beat Terrence Bud Crawford in the amateurs. So I know that's a fight that Ugas will want. He's dealt with his style before. Terrence Bud Crawford gonna want that get back from the amateurs. If you're an undefeated pro and somebody beat you in amateurs, trust me, you remember your losses. I know some people are gonna be like, "Oh, it was the amateurs. Doesn't mean nothing." Oh, it means something. It means something to that fighter. It does. But listen, Usyk's got a chance. He can shock the world again. And he can do it in Errol Spence's backyard. Oh, Errol Spence was asked about the eye, how the eye is holding up. He said, it's good, it's fine. Y'all, I'm not worried about it. Don't be worried about anything. It's good. It's better than ever. Cool. No excuses. I want no excuses. So, all you Errol Spence fans, I don't want to hear you say, oh, man, hypothetically, if he does lose, I'm not saying that we wish him to lose, but I'm just saying, if he does lose, I don't want to hear nothing about the car accident. I don't want to hear nothing about the eye. If he's in the ring, he's passing all the tests. He said everything is good. It's good. He's healthy. He's 100%. No problem. No issue. Let's go. I don't want to hear nothing about it. I just want to know, if Errol Spence beats Ugas, are we finally going to get the Terrence Bud Crawford fight? Right? So in my mind, I think it's 4 choices, really. It's 4 choices for Errol Spence, but I think it's a realistic 2. Number 1, and this I'm gonna say in no particular. No, I'll say it in the order. It's out of 2 people. It's Terrence Bud Crawford and Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is more realistic because it's on PBC side. It's not about what Errol Spence wants. It's about what Al Heyman wants. So if Al Heyman wants to do Keith Thurman and Errol Spence, it's going to happen. If the WBC tells Errol Spence to fight Keith Thurman, he's going to have to fight Keith Thurman and give up that belt. Now, a lot of people forget Keith Thurman gave up his belt so that way Danny Garcia and Sean Porter could fight for it when he was out with an injury. You think he didn't have a certain agreement or a contract in place with the WBC saying, hey, I'm going to give this belt up. I'm going to keep my WBA belt, but I'm giving up the WBC belt. And whenever I, can return and the right person gets it, I want my shot. I want an immediate title shot, period. That's number 1. Well, that's number 2. Terrence Bud Crawford was number 1. Keith Thurman, number 2. Okay. Number 3, Jerron Boots Ennis, who's going to be fighting, I believe, in April as well for his for IBF title eliminator. I think it's the final one. He will then become the mandatory for Errol Spence, who has not fought a IBF mandatory since what, 2018? Who was the dude? Matter of fact, it was in the Dallas Stadium, Dallas Cowboy practice facility. El Campo or something? El Campo. That fight was like 1 round. It was terrible. Body shot, bam, knocked out, gone. I'm like, damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was setting up chairs and stuff. I'm like, oh, okay. That's how we doing it. All right. So guess what? He's due. Errol Spence is due. Can't nobody say, oh, no. You haven't fought a mandatory since 2018. There's no excuse, dude. There's no excuse. There's none. You had what, Mikey? Then you came and took Sean Porter's belt. Then you fought Danny Garcia. That was your mandatory WBC. Now you fighting Ugas. Dude, it's time. You haven't fought an IBF mandatory since like 2018. I don't want to hear nothing. So when Jerron Boots Ennis becomes your mandatory, you got 2 options. You can either fight him or pay him step aside. No, actually 3. Pay him step aside money, fight him, or give up that belt. And if you give up the belt, you might as well go ahead and go to 54. So that's number 3. Number 4, which I think is a very, very good option. A guy that I believe is from the Texas area, Virgil Ortiz, who was on Golden Boy promotion. So that's one of those things where I don't think that fight would happen. I think the fighter and Oscar, Oscar would have his fighters fight anybody. I just think, do you throw him in there with Errol Spence now? Now Virgil Ortiz has a fight coming up against, I think, what is his name? McKinnison or something? Some guy. But do you throw Virgil Ortiz in there with a Errol Spence now, or do you wait till Errol Spence moves up and then gets a shot at the vacant title? Because obviously, the future of the welterweight division is Jerron Boots Ennis, Virgil Ortiz, and Counter Ben over in the UK. I don't know. But those are the 4 options. Terrence Crawford, Keith Thurman, Jerron Boots Ennis, Ortiz. That's it. What else we got? It's a lot of things going on, man. I'm just looking forward to all these fights. We got a lot of good fights coming up, man. Like I said, man, ooh, boxing is. Damn, you see this picture of you see this? That's crazy. Canelo has no problem fighting bigger guys, dude. Just because you're bigger don't mean you actually gonna beat Canelo. Nonetheless, y'all hit that like button, hit the subscribe button for your boy. Anything, any news breaks or anything happens, I'm gonna let y'all know. Tune in, support who supports you. It's your host F Merritt. I'm gone. I'm out.